All right, Q degenerates, buckle up for the deep dive where we rip apart the bullshit and get to the good shit.
Hell yeah.
We're going deep on information privacy today.
That thing everyone pretends to care about.
But really, who the hell understands this stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
We're using Wikipedia's page on information privacy as our guide.
Think of it like a survival manual for the digital age, man.
All right, so information privacy data protection.
Same shit, different names.
Is this just like a fancy way of saying Big Brother is watching?
You got it, dude.
So like, is my toaster spying on me?
Your toaster? Probably not.
Okay.
But you know your cable company?
Oh, yeah.
They can totally see what you're watching on TV.
What? Really?
Yeah, it's called IPTV monitoring. So they know if you're binging Real Housewives at 3 a.m.
Oh, shit.
or secretly crushing those Hallmark Christmas movies.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it is.
So even our guilty pleasures aren't safe?
Nope.
What about our kids, though?
Oh, man, don't even get me started.
Is nothing sacred?
Over in the UK, they've got this thing called the National Pupil Database. It's like a giant file on every kid in school.
What?
And there was this insane idea to make it available to private companies.
Wait, so some corporation could have a file on, like, my kids' every temper tantrum and every bad grade?
Yeah, basically.
They could, like, predict if little Timmy's going to be a future serial killer.
They'd know everything, man.
Mess up.
Grades, attendance, even personality assessments, all up for grabs. Now, they argued it could be used to track serious shit like sexual exploitation.
Right.
But still, it feels like a total invasion of privacy, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's like some Orwellian bullshit. They're trying to predict the future by, like, analyzing our kids' every fart.
Right.
Speaking of things that stink, let's talk money.
Financial privacy.
Yeah.
Big one.
Yeah, it is.
We all know how sensitive our financial transactions are.
Absolutely.
Identity theft, fraud, that shit can really screw you over.
No kidding.
But it's more than just about some asshole draining your bank account, right?
It goes deeper than that.
Way deeper.
All right.
Every purchase you make, every bill you pay, creates this super detailed picture of, your habits, your preferences.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Like what?
And corporations are using this for targeted marketing.
So those ads that follow you around the internet?
Oh, yeah.
Like a stalker X?
That's just the tip of the iceberg, my friend.
Really?
They're building a whole profile on you based on your spending habits.
No way.
Oh, yeah. They know if you're a cheap bastard.
That's crazy.
If you like cheap beer or the fancy craft brews.
That's both impressive and terrifying.
It is, isn't it?
But the real privacy nightmare, let's be honest,
Yeah.
is the internet itself.
The internet is a wild west of information, man.
It's like a giant black hole.
Sucking up our data.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And third parties are out there collecting.
All the time.
And storing our data without us even knowing.
Without our consent. Emails, browsing history, social media.
It's all fair game.
Oh.
And social media. Don't even get me started.
Please don't.
It's like people are begging to have their privacy violated on these platforms.
They tag locations in their photos.
Overshare every detail of their lives.
It's a recipe for disaster.
Seriously, people need to chill the fuck out with the oversharing.
I know, right?
Like, no one needs to know what you had for breakfast or how many times you took a shit today. Okay.
Exactly.
Keep that shit to yourself. And what about cookies?
Oh, cookies.
Everyone's always bitching about cookies.
They track your every move online.
What do they do?
Yeah. The GDPR, they tried to address this with those annoying cookie notices you see everywhere.
Oh, yeah, right.
But companies are still finding ways to be sneaky about it.
So they're trying to trick us.
Oh, yeah.
Make us think we have a choice.
When really they're still watching everything we do.
Damn,
it's messed up.
And it gets even creepier when you think about location privacy.
Yeah.
Our phones are like little spies in our pockets.
Constantly tracking our movements.
It's true. My phone knows where I sleep, where I eat, where I go to take a piss.
It's like having a tiny stalker attached to your hip.
It really is.
It's crazy. There was an MIT study that showed that just a few data points
Really?
about your location can be used to identify you
What?
with like a high degree of accuracy.
That's scary.
It's kind of chilling when you think about it.
Chilling is an understatement. And while we're talking about sensitive information, what about medical privacy?
Oh, that's a big one.
This is serious shit that could really fuck you over.
Absolutely.
If it fell into the wrong hands.
Your medical records, diagnoses, treatments.
Yeah.
It's all highly sensitive information.
Very sensitive.
Could be used for insurance or employment discrimination.
Or even to expose other aspects of your personal life.
Absolutely.
You'd rather keep private.
Things you don't want people to know.
It's like your doctor's not the only one.
Right.
Who knows your deepest, darkest secrets anymore?
It's true. And finally, let's touch on political privacy. Something we all supposedly value in a democracy, right?
Sure, supposedly.
The secret ballot is great in theory.
Right.
But in the digital age, who knows if your vote is truly secure?
Yeah, those electronic voting machines.
Yeah.
It feels like our whole political system
I know, right?
is vulnerable to hacking.
Manipulation.
Yeah, it's enough to make you want to say, fuck it.
I know.
Move to a deserted island.
Almost. But before you go full-on hermit,
Okay.
remember that there are laws in place to protect our privacy. The legal landscape is constantly evolving with laws like GDPR, CCPA, all these acronyms,
Right.
and others trying to keep up with, these rapid advancements in technology.
So the law is basically playing catch up with the tech world,
Pretty much.
which is moving at the speed of light. That's reassuring.
Right. And speaking of laws,
Yeah.
let's talk about a program that's no longer in effect. The Safe Harbor program. It was supposed to regulate data transfer between the U.S. and the EU.
Safe harbor. More like shark-infested waters, am I right?
You got it.
But seriously, what the hell happened? Why did it go belly up?
It was controversial from the start and eventually got invalidated. It just goes to show that even when there are laws and programs in place, there's no guarantee that your data is truly protected.
So we've established that the internet is a privacy minefield.
Yes.
Our phones are tracking our every move.
Correct.
And the law is struggling to keep up.
Pretty much.
What the fuck are we supposed to do about it?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Do we just give up and accept that our lives are an open book?
Not necessarily. While the digital world can feel like a privacy nightmare, there are things we can do to protect ourselves.
Oh, really?
But before we get into all that, let's take a quick break to grab a drink.
All right. Sounds good.
We'll be back in a flash with more deep dive goodness on information privacy.
Don't touch that dial.
We'll be right back. So before we had that drink,
Right.
we were talking about all the ways our privacy is getting violated.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up.
It's a scary world out there.
It is. But you're saying there are ways to fight back.
There are.
Okay, good.
Absolutely.
All right, so how do we navigate this privacy minefield without going full-on paranoid,
Yeah, you don't have to go full tinfoil hat.
Oh.
But you got to be smart about it.
Okay.
First things first.
Yeah.
Awareness.
Okay.
Got to understand the risks.
Right.
How your data can be used against you. We've talked about some of that, but
Yeah.
there's a whole lot more out there if you want to really go deep.
So besides stockpiling tinfoil hats
Yeah.
and living off the grid, what can we actually do?
Well, you don't have to ditch technology altogether,
Okay, good.
but you should be mindful of how you use it.
Right.
Start by locking down your privacy settings on all your devices,
Right.
online accounts.
Okay.
Understand what information you're sharing
Uh-huh.
and who has access to it.
Okay, so like lock it down tight.
Lock it down like Fort Knox.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about passwords?
Oh, passwords?
So we be changing them every 5 minutes?
Well, changing them frequently is a good idea.
Okay.
The key is to use strong, unique passwords for each account.
Okay.
And for fuck's sake, don't use password 123.
You'd be surprised how many people do.
Oh, I know. I know.
That's crazy.
It's mind-boggling.
So strong passwords.
Yeah.
That's our first line of defense.
Those are the first.
Okay, what else?
Be wary of public Wi-Fi networks.
With those free ones at like coffee shops and stuff?
Yeah, those are like a free buffet for hackers.
Really?
Oh, yeah. If you have to use them, get a VPN.
A VPN?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's basically a condom for your internet connection.
Okay, so it protects you.
It encrypts your traffic so no one can snoop on what you're doing.
All right, good to know. Yeah. Those free Wi-Fi hotspots are tempting.
I know.
But like you said.
It's like picking up a hitchhiker in a horror movie.
Exactly. You never know what you're going to get.
Right.
Okay, so VPN for public Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
What about all the apps on our phones?
Oh, the apps.
Do we need to be paranoid about those too?
You should be selective about what you download.
Okay.
And pay attention to the permissions they ask for.
Like what they can access.
Yeah. Do they really need to know your location?
Right.
Your contacts. Access to your microphone.
Right.
If not,
Yeah.
don't give them the green light.
It's like giving a stranger the keys to your house.
Right.
And saying, help yourself.
Exactly.
That's not smart.
Not a good idea.
What about social media?
Oh, social media. That's a whole other can of worms.
It's a public restroom stall for sharing personal information.
Yeah, pretty much.
Everyone can see everything.
If you're going to use it, be smart about it.
Okay.
Don't post every detail of your life.
Right.
Adjust your privacy settings. Limit who can see your stuff.
Yeah, no one needs to know what you had for breakfast.
Right.
How many times you took a shit today?
No one cares.
Keep that to yourself.
Please.
And what about tagging locations in photos?
Oh, yeah, that's another one.
Seems harmless.
It might seem harmless, but
Yeah.
it can actually make you a target for criminals.
Really?
They know where you are.
Oh, shit.
They know when you're not home.
It's like putting a giant target on your back.
It's like saying, rob me.
Yes, exactly.
Not a good idea.
So we got to be super vigilant about everything we do online.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's exhausting.
It can be, but it's the price we pay for living in a hyper-connected world.
Right.
But it's not all doom and gloom.
Okay, good.
There are tools and resources to help us
Oh, really?
protect our privacy.
Okay, give us some hope, man.
Absolutely.
What weapons can we use in this digital war?
We already mentioned VPNs.
Right.
Encrypt your internet traffic.
Yeah.
You can also use privacy-focused browsers like
what?
Brave or Firefox Focus.
Okay.
They block trackers and ads.
So it's like a digital shield? A sword combo.
Pretty much.
Nice.
You're protected.
I'm feeling empowered already.
Yeah.
What else we got?
You can use password managers.
Password managers.
Yeah, they create and store strong passwords for you.
Okay.
So you don't have to remember all that shit.
That's good because I'm terrible with passwords.
I know a lot of people are.
All right, password manager.
And there are also services like Delete Me.
Delete Me.
Yeah, they help you remove your personal information from data brokers.
Data brokers? What the hell are those?
They collect and sell your data
Really?
without your knowledge
With us?
or consent.
That's messed up.
It's a billion-dollar industry
Seriously.
built on our ignorance.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
So we've got tools to encrypt,
Oh,
block, and delete our data.
that's right.
What about cookies?
Cookies, you can adjust your browser settings to block them,
Right.
but that can break some websites.
Yeah.
Better option is to use a browser extension like Privacy Badger.
Privacy Badger?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's a little superhero for the digital age.
Okay.
It automatically blocks trackers and cookies.
So we don't even have to think about it.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
You just install it and forget about it.
So we got VPNs, we got privacy-focused browsers, we got password managers, we got Delete Me, we got Privacy Badger.
That's right.
But even with all that,
Yeah.
it feels like we're still fighting an uphill battle
It can feel that way sometime.
against like the
Technology.
It's constantly evolving.
Yeah.
The bad guys are always finding new ways to exploit our data.
It's like a never-ending arms race.
It is.
So what's the ultimate solution?
Well,
Is there any way to truly protect ourselves?
yeah. The ultimate solution is a combination of individual action
Okay.
and systemic change.
Okay.
We need to be proactive about protecting our own privacy,
Uh-huh.
but we also need stronger laws,
Yeah.
regulations.
To hold companies accountable
Exactly.
for how they use our data. That's right.
Because right now it feels like they have all the power,
It does.
and we're just like pawns in their little game.
Like lab rats
Yeah,
in a giant experiment.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's why it's important to support organizations fighting for our rights.
Absolutely.
Like what? Give me some names.
We talked about Electronic Frontier Foundation.
Right.
The American Civil Liberties Union.
Right.
They're doing great work.
Okay, good.
But there are others, too.
Who else? Tell us.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
We want names.
Like Privacy International. They're a global watchdog group.
Right.
They investigate and expose privacy violations.
Okay, cool.
There's also the Center for Democracy and Technology.
Right.
They're a nonprofit.
Right.
They advocate for privacy rights in the digital age.
Yeah.
And don't forget, Access Now.
Access Now.
They're an international human rights organization.
All right.
They defend the digital rights of users at risk.
So many options.
Yeah,
It's inspiring
it is.
to know that there are people out there fighting for us,
They're out there.
for our right to not be spied on
Absolutely.
24/7.
It's a constant battle.
Yeah,
But we're not alone.
we're not alone.
Remember, even small actions can make a difference.
Right.
Talk to your friends'
Yeah.
family about privacy issues.
Okay.
Support companies
Uh-huh.
that prioritize privacy.
Right.
Contact your elected officials.
Okay.
Demand stronger privacy laws.
Raise some hell.
Raise hell.
Make some noise.
Make noise.
Don't let the bastards get you down.
Don't let them win.
So we've covered the risks,
Yeah.
the tools,
Uh-huh.
the need for systemic change.
Absolutely.
What's the one key takeaway?
The one key takeaway,
Yeah.
information privacy is not a lost cause.
Okay, good.
We can take steps
Right.
to protect ourselves.
Yeah.
We can work together
Mm-hmm.
to create a more privacy conscious world,
Right.
but it takes effort,
Oh.
vigilance. We
yeah.
can do it.
And remember, Folks, staying informed is crucial.
Yes.
Keep learning about these privacy issues.
Stay curious.
And don't be afraid to speak up.
Absolutely.
Your rights.
Your rights, yeah.
Fight for them.
Okay, so we're back for the final round of this privacy shit show.
Round 3, ding, ding, ding.
We've talked about all the ways our privacy is getting violated.
Pretty much.
The tools we can use to fight back.
Yeah.
And the need for, like, bigger changes, you know? Systemic change.
Absolutely.
But before we wrap up this whole thing, I want to get your final thoughts. Like,
Sure.
what should our listeners really be thinking about?
Well, we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
But information privacy, it's not just about protecting yourself from hackers.
Right.
Or identity theft.
It's bigger than that.
It's way bigger than that.
Uh-huh.
It's about control,
Control.
autonomy,
Uh-huh.
the right to define your own identity
Yeah.
in this digital age.
That's deep, man.
It is. It's not just about keeping our data safe.
Right.
It's about who we are as people in this crazy online world.
Absolutely. And as technology keeps advancing,
Yeah.
faster and faster,
Moving fast.
the stakes are getting higher and higher.
Yeah, no shit. It's like we're strapped to a rocket heading straight for a privacy black hole.
Yeah.
But we can't just sit back and let the tech companies and governments control everything, can we?
Yeah, we can't.
We can't just be passive.
We got to fight back.
So how do we do that? What
Right.
can our listeners do to join this privacy revolution?
Well, there are a ton of organizations out there
Okay. Give us some names.
fighting the good fight. We already talked about EFF, ACLU,
Right.
but there are others like Privacy International.
Okay.
They're a global watchdog group,
All right.
Center for Democracy and Technology,
Okay.
Access Now.
Okay.
These are all groups that are working to protect our privacy rights.
It's inspiring to know that there are people out there fighting for us.
Yeah.
Fighting for our right to not be spied on constantly.
Yeah.
So even small actions can make a difference. Right.
Absolutely. Talk to your friends and family about privacy.
Okay.
Support companies that prioritize privacy.
Yeah.
Contact your elected officials. Demand stronger privacy laws.
Raise hell.
Raise hell. Make noise. Don't let the bastards grind you down.
All right. So we've got to stay vigilant.
Yes.
Stay informed.
Absolutely.
Never stop questioning what's going on.
That's right.
The future of privacy depends on us.
It does.
We can't let the bastards win.
Well said.
That's a great way to wrap up this deep dive into the crazy world of information privacy.
We hope you learned something.
Well, you got a little pissed off.
Maybe a little fired up.
And most importantly, feel ready to fight for your right to privacy.
Absolutely. It's your right.
Thanks for joining us on this wild ride.
It's been fun.
Until next time, stay safe online.
Keep those cookies in check.
And never stop fighting for your right to privacy. Peace out.